bullshit.
Forgotten.
Keep hope alive, hope alive, hope alive, no lie. No lie. Like what I'm doing in this world, really bother why try.
Hey, listen to the podcast.
La Clika Podcast.
Now.
Tell your mother.
iTunes.
Your granny.
YouTube.
Podbean.
Spotify.
And the rest of all that shit.
iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
Cashbox.
YouTube.
I already said YouTube.
Your phone.
Again.
YouTube.
And YouTube.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. La Clika Podcast.
We're not on SoundCloud, but still go there. I don't care.
Now, do you let your lint grow in your belly button?
No.
Do you pull it out right away?
It's all the way out. It's just like a.
You know, like me, where I like it joining my belly hair.
Yeah.
Become one.
It's like one of those clown fucking scarves that come on your sleeve.
It's almost like a dread. Like a single dread coming on my belly button, dude.
Out in the streets, they call it murder.
I leave mine in there because my girl's like, she sees it, she goes, wait, I want to pull it out. I'm like, you're fucking weird.
If
I'm a test
it's
tube,
clean,
baby.
if it's clean, she might think you're cheating.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Like, what's this clean belly button shit, motherfucker? Who the fuck you fucking now?
Only a girl with long nails can get that shit out. That little crusty yellow stuff.
With the pinky one? Yeah, I was about to say that shit too.
Get that gray shit
That
out.
pinky ain't, that long nail and that pinky ain't for coke.
No, it's a fucking belly button.
Get snort belly button lint.
Put a dot on this shit.
Belly button cheese.
PSA, if you see someone with a pinky motherfucker with their pinky nail long, they do blow, bro.
Yep.
Hell
yeah.
He's crying now.
I'm just fucking water.
Dude, that was a lot, dude. That was a lot,
man. That's a lot of fucking Schneeberg in your
I took some big bumps in my life, but holy shit,
damn.
man. That's a fat line. That was a fat one.
Damn.
That was like a Tony Montana.
Yeah. Schneeberg, Montana right there.
I can't wait till he gets pulled over, dude.
Oh my god.
Step on the car, so I'm like, why, dude?
You know what's weird? That you're diabetic and you're fucking sniffing sugar.
This might be his last podcast.
Yeah.
My condolences.
It might be my Swiss last podcast, but I'm gonna be here tomorrow. When
Holy
you
shit. That doesn't affect your...
No, it doesn't affect my thank you.
Damn. Okay. Well, anyways, let's go back to the podcast here. After the little... yeah. Anyways, let me ask you, man, what equipment do you use to make music?
To make music, I'm not fancy on the equipment wise.
Okay.
I use pretty much. I'd have like a microphone just with a microphone plug that shit in. You know what I mean? But now that I got my little mixer channel shit, like I'm gonna use that now if I ever get back into it.
Oh, okay.
And pretty much I just use Cool Edit Pro.
Oh,
That's pretty much my fucking main go-to for like recording, chopping, editing, fucking any type of sound type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it for recording, like for music wise. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when I was locked up as well, I was I wanted to get into producing. I always wanted to make beats because it was always hard as fuck to fucking hit up producers and be like, hey, give me a beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or fucking they try to sell you a beat for $500 and it's like it's not even that dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they be fucking trying to make some dumb shit.
you want effort put into it? That's another grand.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I started fucking around with Fruity Loops. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the fucking producers that I know that fucking make fucking beats still with FL Studio that be putting out bangers, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck Pro Tools. Like, a lot of fools that I know that make bangers, they use FL Studio. They don't use fucking Pro Tools, which is crazy. Because Pro Tools is like the rich fucking producer type of shit to use. You know what I'm saying? But fools fucking use FL Studio, man, and they can fucking make hits. Like, anything from what I heard from hip hop to EDM, man. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. You know what I mean? So, when I was locked up, I started fucking, I told my teacher, I said, hey, I will make a website about how to produce. Bring me in FL Studio, bring me my beat program, bring me in tutorials. You know what I'm saying? I even told him too, like, let's try to do, I did every program too. I made a whole page that was.
We got our own Clika, strong Clika. Clika, that's all we got is.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of ENT Vlog Radio, home edition, with the one and only crew right here, La Clika Podcast, man. These motherfuckers, we just got done wrapping up my interview with them. Appreciate you guys having me on and shit.
Thank you,
know what I'm
man.
saying? They should do this fucking.
Hell yeah, bro.
I was trying to make it too
You didn't wash your hands. No.
Yeah, we appreciate them having me on, man. You know what I'm saying? The episode will be out probably by the time this one drops. So if I can go back and listen to it, if Anthony will play a little clip for the fucking thing, if you guys don't mind. For
That's
like
fine.
a clip. Okay, awesome. I'll give you guys a little clip of it. Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and start with you guys. Go ahead and introduce you guys individually and give us a little background on you guys and what you guys do for the show.
Bible 74. I pretty much just talk shit on the podcast. You know, we bullshit. You know, try to make people laugh. Chill with these guys all day, all the time. You know, that's what we do, man. You know, talk crap. Interview bands and talk shit. That's our motto.
My name is Chris. I'm fucking Pima Indian. I wear stupid hats. Oh, I'm sorry, that's this fool. Who are you, Dick?
I'm Chris.
He wears stupid hats.
I wear stupid hats.
Shaves his balls.
I shave my balls.
And he likes
my ass hairs.
And he likes sniffing Schneisberg.
I know.
And he cleans his belly button.
And I keep my belly button very clean.
The one and only Schneisberg. The
Schneeberg.
fat line of this, and it's not cocaine. Your whole fucking nose just feel like you did some really good cocaine.
That's Chris.
My floor knows it.
Oh, wait. All the way from Germany as well.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you.
Mania.
Bless you.
And I'm Rick. I produce this fucking mess.
Yeah, we
The lion tamer. The one that doesn't wear a stupid hat.
yeah. Thanks to him, we're on the air.
Yeah, no, it's thanks to you guys too, man. Like that's what I always say and shit. You know what I mean? It's the guests that what makes us able to be in business or even have us to have a platform to do shows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without these guys, it'd just be me fucking not doing this camera shit. You know what I'm saying? Or without these guys, I'd be on the fucking mic on the podcast just talking bullshit. Bless her.
Schneeberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her the baby.
Maybe you can use a little Schneeberg.
A little German influence.
Go ahead and give you guys can either switch it off from each other or go ahead and give a detailed background about you guys' podcast, man.
We'll let Chris bullshit it.
He's the main one.
My name is Chris.
And he likes
I'm a
lava.
Scorpio. I like walks on the beach.
Schneeberg.
Interviewing bands. Schnorty Schneeberg.
Oh, fucking Chris.
We are a platform for all genres of music. And we love interviewing bands and fans. We love discussing music, everything related to music, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, talking about old music, anything related to music we discuss in our podcast.
We like making people laugh.
And we like making people laugh.
Yeah, music and laughter can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's a good combination, and let me tell you, our episode, man, it was a fun one. It was a fun one, man. It makes me just want to be part of these guys' crew, man. You know what I'm saying?
Made me want to go to prison, try out this.
Yeah, tune into the episode for their episode for that conversation.
It's going to be called the Sneaker Cast.
Sneaker Cast. And what we said
It's a Schneeberg and Sneaker.
Oh,
Sneaker
okay.
Cast.
He like a deposit box fucking slogan and shit.
Yeah. It don't make sense when you hear the
I can feel a lot of things in my ass.
Which prison term is called hooping, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't wrong. Wrong in his ass either, dude.
Yeah, we learned a lot about talk ramen.
I used to be a mule.
Yeah, you could tell. You guys should have seen his nose about like 20 minutes ago. It was like he busted some Tony Montana type shit.
Yeah,
You know what
Chris
I mean?
Montana.
So for you guys a platform, man, how long you guys been doing it and what made you guys start it?
We've been doing it for what, 3 years?
Well, since 2015 when the idea came
4
around.
years,
I guess the reason why I started doing it is because my best friend died, and I didn't have no one to talk about music with. And that was like one of the things that one of the people I love talking about music with.
You're not his best friend, Jake.
No. Well, our best friend.
They've known each other like a combination of like 50 years and shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So.
Roaming the streets of HP.
Yeah, so
Lost. With bus transfers.
and I realized that there wasn't a music scene anymore.
Yeah.
That everybody's doing their own thing, but nobody's coming together. So we wanted to make a platform to bring all genres of music together under one umbrella, and maybe, hopefully, one day have everybody collaborate with each other
Yeah.
and cross genres and make genres genreless and make it no borders.
Yeah, that's always the goal too. You know what I mean? It'd be a doper way for like podcasts if they start doing that a lot more often. You know what I mean? Big time. And especially the way we're collaborating right now, you guys interview me, I'm interviewing you guys, you know what I'm saying? And it'd also be dope too, and shit, like I was saying, if you guys ever wanted to, I mean, you guys do live events as well as much as we do, but to come and join us for ours, you know what I'm saying? And be part of our shit, that should be dope. You know what I mean? Two systems right there. We could either be right next to each other, bullshitting with each other, or we could have two separate booths. I mean, it'd be totally fucking
Throwing paper airplanes at each other.
Spitballs.
Spitballs and shit, but that's
You don't want Chris to spitballs,
Nah,
man.
you
They
don't.
come out of his ass.
Yeah, and belly button.
I can feel a lot of things in my ass.
Yeah. But I feel you on that though, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? My condolences too for your friend, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And fucking, for someone to have like to sit there and talk about music with, you know what I mean? That's another way too for our podcast, you know what I mean? It's not just us fucking just sitting here bullshitting, you know what I'm saying? It's actually giving a piece of our life, something that we love to do, and especially to bring something new to you guys. You know what I mean? And for you to have that outlet to fucking do that is, that's a good term, you know what I mean? It's really good on your conscience as well. You know what I'm saying? Like my friend last night that I was hanging out with, like he's like definitely, he's been contemplating suicide and shit, so I was there like trying to help him and shit, you know what I'm saying? Be that lift for him and talk to him like how you took your route after the passing and went into the podcast business, because I'm pretty sure it helped you out a lot, right? Like after
It's working.
It's working.
Yeah.
We even did a podcast on them.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, we
Joe
do.
Hernandez podcast.
Ninja Hernandez, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most hilarious one too.
That was some funny shit. That guy has some stories. We gotta do a part 2.
Yeah.
You know what? The anniversary's coming. Or his birthday's coming up. We should do another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope, you know what I mean? And for you guys, the podcast, man, like what type of message do you guys like send out when you guys are talking to your guests, or like how's always the vibes with your guests?
Why don't we have like a direct message?
We don't.
Well,
we just try to make people feel comfortable. So
And we try to make it for them.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about us, it's about them. You know, it's their show. You know?
Well, we try to also introduce, you know, punkers to hip hop to punkers, and just we try to get everybody kind of listen to everybody and each other.
Right.
We have a lot of people who say, "Hey, I never fucking heard hip hop like that."
Yeah.
Now they're talking about it, comparing it to punk rock. It makes sense to us,
Yeah.
and you know that speaks, you know, speaks a lot for our podcast. We can do that.
Yeah.
We're not just specifically punk rock or hip hop or metal or anything. We're kind of crossing all the boundaries.
And that's a good thing too, man. You know what I mean? That's what I like too about podcasts. Like, there's some that are just in one genre. You know what I'm saying? Like how we're talking about earlier, like how I did mine for a while for just hip hop, but then I started introducing the same thing like rock, ska punk, and fucking reggae and shit. Try to fucking flip it up. I always wanted to create a jazz fucking station too.
Yeah.
Like, that should be fucking dope. But
Oh yeah.
where the fuck can you find jazz artists nowadays?
Yeah,
It's just-
you got
exactly.
two jazz nerds right here, though.
Yeah, see, there you go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That'd be hella dope. You know what I mean? We should click up on that shit.
He's usually more jazzier when he has his hat on.
Get the jazz hands going.
But for like guest wise too, for like jazz, like you probably have to be out in the Midwest more because of California. Like, you
Oh,
don't
we
really
got
see
we
it.
got somebody coming.
We got some cats.
We got some
Yeah.
cats coming in the future, so stay tuned.
That's what's up. Yeah, shout out to Groovin' High, man, as well. It's a good fucking jazz band right there and shit. We just had them on our, I don't know, it might be the last episode we did, probably before this one, but it's one of the ones. We knocked that one out. Check out for part 2 coming up. if it comes up before this. You know what I'm saying? Or after this, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, for your take on the part, I actually want to ask, what's the genre of type of music you guys are into individually?
I'm more of a hip hop cat. That's the reason he brought me in, because you know me and him used to always talk music. You know, he introduced me a lot to a lot of punk and a lot of that music that I wasn't aware of. I introduced him to a lot of hip hop. So for the past 20 years, that's all we do is talk music.
Yeah.
I mean, we ended up playing different.
We became friends because of music.
Yeah, you know, so you know, here we are 17 years later, 20 years later.
20 years later.
And this is what we do. Might as well, you know, let's share our stories with the world.
Yeah. About you.
I'm more of a punk, hardcore, metal type, but recently I've been getting myself into the 80s and some hip hop. Like I never really listened to hip hop on my own kind of fucking thing, but once I hear these guys' stories, repetition, it's kind of like, all right, let me see what the fuck they're talking about. And so far, I'm liking it. Now, if you polar check me on some stuff, I'm gonna fail, dude. Because even with the music I like, I don't know fucking everything about it.
Yeah.
I just like it. But you know, talking about it with these guys, meeting the artists that are into it, I'm kind of digging it more and more.
Took him to his first hip hop show.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Now, you guys' take on, we got his background on why he started the podcast or why the podcast. What brought you guys into the podcast scene, like, other than just, like, giving you guys life stories? Like, what made you been like, what gave you that jump, you know, or you're just like, you know what, fuck it, let's do a podcast, you know what I'm saying? Or let's go this route and
Yeah.
do this type of platform
Well, for me, from the beginning, it was kind of fuck around, let's shoot the shit. We're funny dudes. At least we like to think. But when we talk about music,
I just looked at the camera when you said. I was just like.
At least two of us are funny over here. He's just funny looking.
Yeah.
But we always talk about music in one form or another. Our friendship has always evolved itself around music, and I think it just came natural for us to talk about music. Show our experiences. A lot of people don't know how it was growing up in Huntington Park with this type of music, and it's also nice finding out about like Lawndale, Hawthorne, South Bay from these guys.
Yeah.
Similar traits from you, from being from Norwalk.
Yeah.
You start talking to people from Atlanta, from different places, and it comes together. And it's something to talk about, pass the time with.
Yeah,
Keep learning.
Yeah, you learn something new every day. If you're not and shit,
Yeah.
you get out there and learn something new every day and shit, or listen to something, read something. You know what I'm saying? And definitely for conversations that happen in podcasts, man. Like you can just imagine, like you think you'd just be about one subject, but that shit just goes like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially
It's a whole bundle of joy, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, fuck, on our episode, I can't even tell you the topics we talked about. We were talking about so much shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was very interesting. But that's the beauty of a podcast or a vlog series. You know what I mean? It's that we can give you guys a platform to fucking talk about random shit and fucking give you something new to learn, where you be like, you know what, like I never knew that about this person, or I never knew this about this subject, or I never heard this music, or I know you've seen this artist, who's this guy? God damn, let me fucking get more involved with him and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to. I always been the music pimp of the group. I always trying to get people onto everything. I try.
I don't see a hat on you, man. I don't see your pimp hat.
I don't know my pimp hat at home, but I'm just saying, like, I always wanted to be the guy that, like, hey, you know what? Name a genre and I'll get you into a fucking
Those are not
group.
platforms for calluses, dude.
Yeah. For us, the podcast is just the beginning. We want to expand in other things and influence music, because the one thing that I got tired of hearing is that there's no good music out there right today's.
Yeah.
And I call bullshit on that, because there's a great artist. There's Misfit. We're talking about Misfit.
Yeah, shout out Misfit Soda.
We're talking about Dub 8. We're talking about...
Dub 8's dope too, yeah. They perform at Anarchy a lot too.
Yeah. There's a bunch of bands that are fucking crushing it right now. And there are good music out there, and we want to show the world that.
Yeah.
That there is music out there. It's just that we live in a time where social media should be everything. It should connect people, but it's separating everybody.
Yeah.
And our whole goal here is to unite them. Power as one, bring everything together, influence people, get people started back on their careers, and use the podcast as a platform.
Yeah, and another thing too that you mentioned too is that there is a bunch of like fucking hidden gems, you know what I'm saying? Like the one thing I was saying now is that the underground scene right now is kind of like overshadowing the mainstream right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the music industry, like the underground game right now for hip hop, any type of music right now, like it's fucking blowing up. And you can see it all over social media, or you can see it at underground fucking venues. You know what I mean? And the underground artists that I've been coming across, man, they're fucking talented, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's reminding me of how hip-hop used to be back in the 90s, bro. Or, like, back in the early 2000s when I used to be a b-boy. Or, like, back when you guys started, like, going to your punk shows or whatnot. Like, there's a lot of talented individuals out there, man. And it's actually rejuvenating now. And this is kind of the era of, like, of bringing back stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially, like, remake some movies, in a sense, if you get what I'm talking about.
Well, how many people go out there just to go they go to nothing but concerts. Big concerts, and for $5 you can go see a local band at the bar around the corner.
Yeah.
And not spend fucking even a fucking tenth.
Yeah.
You get fucking paying $300 to go see Guns N' Roses, fucking
from
$1 million
and shit, dude.
to go see fucking Kanye West at the Forum, rap about Jesus, like.
We had a good conversation on that episode about that.
Kanye, come back to the fucking hip hop, dude, man. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I think a lot of you guys can agree. But
worship Satan and put out a good fucking album, right?
Amen to that.
I mean, there's a lot of local talent around here they could go watch at a bar, and how many people don't go to those fucking shows?
And they deserve
they're
it.
great shows.
They deserve it.
Yeah. And not just that, but we're trying to put it out there like, hey, these bands are out there. It's not just they're going to show up and play it takes a lot of time for that to get to that level.
Yeah.
Even if they're not that great, you know, support them somehow. Buy a beer to get a cut of the fucking bar.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost much. You're getting drunk, they're getting a fucking dollar out of it.
True. Yeah, very true.
Support your scene.
Yeah, the one thing that always like boggled my mind and shit is that say if I moved to like Colorado, Nebraska, not Nebraska, there ain't shit out there. But
Shout out to Nebraska.
Shout out to Nebraska. There probably
If you say
is.
clown posse, Hoosiers.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or like say like in the Midwest, like I always thought about if I moved out there, like where the fuck could we do our podcast or how? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because California and New York, we're like the music fucking city capitals.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So. What are you guys' opinion on that? Say if you guys wanted to take it to another state, do you guys feel like there would be the same like talent underground community of music in other like other
Sure, there will be, because a lot of the good bands came out from those areas.
True, yeah.
Like that, they created their own sound. They came out here. When you come out here, I don't want to say this happens all the time, but a lot of the musicians tend to go with the trend that's going to get them play at certain bars and stuff.
And a lot
like
of
that.
good
Yeah.
bands, when they come down here, they get swallowed and overshadowed by the bands that are residents
Yeah.
at different clubs, and it happens a lot to hip hop artists too.
Yeah.
But we also get spoiled here.
Yeah.
There's too many things going on.
That's why I
We're
mentioned
almost
it.
jaded.
You get jaded in all kinds of.
Yeah.
When you go other places, people go to those shows. When you go overseas, man, you go to Europe or Mexico, a little band here is a big fucking band there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. They put other countries, other states. They put their music on a pedestal where we have access to everything, and everything's 20 minutes away. So
Yeah.
It's like my favorite band, Sick of It All, played a few weeks ago, and there's a lot of fans in LA, but not that many showed up.
What band is that?
Sick of It All.
Sick of It All.
And they ended up, they go to Europe, and they're selling out fucking big, giant venues.
Yeah.
Because they appreciate the music here. We're just jaded here, man.
Yeah, and it's funny that you mentioned Europe because from what I've been hearing about like hip hop like for over in Europe is that the 90s, early 2000 era is like is blowing up big time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, and they're big.
there's so like this motherfucker. It's like us back in the 90s falling in love with fucking the music that we fell in love with. You know what I mean? Like these guys are just fucking going insane over that shit.
Yeah.
Well, they've
a lot
always
of
had
us,
it over there.
well, a lot of the '90s rappers go there perform now.
Yeah.
You know, like they're big right over there.
Yeah.
You know, they don't get
That's
that
what
love
I'm
here.
saying,
They
yeah.
go over there, they get a huge love, man.
And you got the birth of a trip hop in Europe. You know, you have like Portishead, Massive Attack, Hooverphonic, Sneaker Pimps, like all those groups that were great, and they couldn't rap, but they could make beats and they could make music, and they just did that crossover genre for a while. That was really popular over there. Europe, especially like London, England, they hold hip hop on a pedestal,
it's crazy.
like unseen anywhere else.
Yeah, it's crazy of how like crazy like they go for it, especially for the underground cats. You know what I'm saying? Like I know a bunch of underground cats that go and perform over there, and they tell me that the vibes and the love is just like it's unexplainable.
It's different.
Yeah, it's completely different. Like you said, I mean, like we're jaded over here. We're fucking we're spoiled and
Got
shit.
everything.
You know what I mean? Yeah, which is it kind of sucks. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to go into that different aspect. Like if we moved to like fucking, you know what I mean, Nebraska. You know what I'm saying?
It's my Superman analogy. It's like you watch Superman on TV and you don't know how he flies, and it's great. But
Yeah.
like LA knows how Superman flies.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess it's the mystery of everybody. You know, of how. Shut the fuck up, Rick. it's the mystery. It's the mystery for them. You know, it's the
Well, I guess
mystique
so, yeah.
of the allure of LA hip hop artists
Yeah.
playing in their town. You know, or a New York hip hop artist playing in their town. You know, we already know how the inner workings of that works. We know
Gotcha,
what they're we know what they're rapping about. We know what their beats come from. We know all the background. But you get somebody from like Kansas City,
Yeah.
you know, they don't know all that shit.
I gotta give you props on your fucking limp wrist there, Dick.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit is fucking limpy as fuck. Got a little limp biscuit going on there.
The security department.
Shout out to my lip wrist.
No,
Hashtag feminism.
it is different because I was in Tennessee a couple weeks ago,
Yeah,
and I tripped out, man. Like I
for sure.
went to Tennessee and I noticed that it was a different scene over there. You know, I didn't
Yeah.
expect it. I went to downtown and I'm walking by and there's a show going on.
I appreciate it.
And it's
over
free. I walked in, it was a free show. You'll never see that in LA, man.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
it
Can
was
you
a
use
nice.
the lip
it
wrist
was
while
a-
he's talking?
there. He's going to go away, Dick.
So yeah, like I was saying, his belly button, you guys should see his belly button. It's a fucking shirt, you know.
Well, even when you go to Pomona around here, look at the people there in Riverside, IE, go there and they flock to these shows.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not saying they're better than LA, but LA we have a lot of bands here, but when you go outside of LA, it's just
Yeah,
Sometimes a little bit better.
And the IE community too is cracking. Like me attending the Common Ground shit, like all the love out there was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? It was really dope. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Common Ground, man, for holding it down, because they really don't have a festival or anything like that over there. Just like how the Thought Festival got fucking intervened or introduced by 60s for fucking Ontario. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have anything out there in Ontario, you know what I'm saying? And for that to be introduced, like, that community, that fucking vibe for that event, it's its 4th year right now, and that shit was cracking, man. You know what I'm saying? So much time to motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? For you guys' platform, man, like, what type of material do you guys talk about for people that haven't heard you guys' shit?
It's mainly music and busting Chris's balls.
Yeah.
What little balls he has left.
They've been busted all for the past 3 years.
Yeah, we try to entertain people, you know. Our thing, we talk music, and that's pretty much all we do. You know, when we talk about the music, sometimes we just go off the deep end and we just start talking some other stuff, but we all come back to music.
Yeah.
We did it with your show, you know, when we were interviewing you, we cut off, and also we had to like, okay, let's get back to the podcast, you know, because we could go crazy.
Yeah, we go off the rails.
It's always about music, and that's the main thing with our show. It's all about the music.
I think it's the formula. I think it's the winning formula for like Clika Podcast. It's like, I read somewhere that the communists used to hang outside the factories and they used to give guys cigarettes, you know, and they used to just get them hooked, you know. And I think we're using the humor to turn people on to the music that we love.
Yeah.
I'm still using.
I couldn't hear what he's saying.
The lip risk is still going, you know. Now I'm just doing it on purpose and shit. You know what I'm saying?
He's magic.
No, he doesn't have his hat. He doesn't have his hat, so now he has to use it.
I can tell we go off the rails real quick.
I got this one with my hand now, you know.
Yeah.
Just pan the camera that way.
Then I just see my hand.
Yeah, so that's our main core, man, is music.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like I said earlier, man, we met because of music. You know, his first question he asked me when I met him, you like the Beatles? You know, and that's right there. We were like, oh shit, you know, that's it.
She loves the Beatles.
And we started talking about music, and from then on our break, we started freaking out. We talked about music, and look at us now. You know, we still talk about music, talking shit to them every damn day.
Yeah.
Yeah, just listen to the episode or any of their past episodes, man. Like, they asked me what my favorite podcast was, and I say, you know what, I haven't heard one in a very long time until I heard. I mean, just to mention back the pause one, because that's the one that turned me on. You know what I'm saying? And
You got some lip risk now.
yeah,
Contagious.
It's contagious. You know what I'm saying? But the way that their format is, and the way that they are so authentic with, man, and the questionnaires, like, the most important thing about our show that a lot of people love is the questionnaires. And that's the one thing that made me fall in love with theirs, is the questionnaires, man, the content, the conversations. Like, it was like, hell yeah, like, this shit is fucking still back. It's still fucking going on. Like, there is actually a better fucking show than mine and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to be like competition wise, but you know what I'm saying? But to tug my own horn, but you know what I'm saying? But there's other podcasts out there that fucking suck. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, shout out to the ones that are dope, that do fucking dope shit, but it's very hard to come across one like these guys, man. These guys have authentic shit, and it's very unique, man. Let's go into details about you guys branding off. You guys can talk about the network, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's get more into details about that.
So it's coming soon. What we're doing, we have La Clika Podcast, and now we're going to start off the La Clika Network, where we're going to introduce other podcasts into our network to showcase them and to give them an audience. I mean, we're not saying we're having like a big ass fucking audience, but
right.
we want to kind of put it all together so you have different podcasts to listen to, and you know where to go in one single place. Instead of having to dig them out. If you know it's on our it's on our podcast or our network, you know it's gonna be a fucking good podcast. No, this is the spider. This is the spider.
I do that a lot too.
That's a lip risk spider.
I gotta look at my spider. And I also have a hand right here. See?
No, see.
That's also lip risk.
That's
That's a lip risk. That's a lip risk.
But
yeah, that's what you guys got into, is because you wanted to start branching out and giving other people.
yeah. And this is just the beginning of what we want to do. We want to go into production. We want to go into more stuff. We do photography right now. We do videos. We have a cesspool of talent.
Yeah.
And we just want to fucking do whatever we can for the musicians out there.
Yeah, we got DJs, we got producers.
Yeah,
we
we're
got
very lucky with that.
We got musicians. I mean, this guy plays the guitar. You know, I play whatever. You know, I produce myself too.
Yeah.
He draw. He's a badass photographer. also an artist, you know. So
Slash Carpenter.
Yeah, Slash Carpenter. His nickname is Jesus.
Carver Sword.
We do a lot.
Look at that head. No one shaves heads like that. He's a professional head shaver.
Yeah,
I banged the fuck out of my head.
and shout out to Hectic and DJ Mino, who are not here right now, but they're very talented DJs.
And Joe.
And Joe, badass guitarist and everything. Drummer, and everything.
We're building an army.
And that's dope. As I was about to mention, man. Like you guys are very blessed to have that. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm a one-man army and it sucks. If you want something, like you want to join the team, then you know what I'm saying. But to have because you guys got your feet dipped in each different types of waters, and that's what brings your network intertwined plus the podcast as well. Because you guys got all different fucking routes and shit. Yeah, that's hella dope, man. You know what I mean? That's I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
you can either do something with the about not the scene, or you could just sit back and bitch. And we decided to do something about it.
Yeah.
We're building this stuff. Not saying that we're doing it single-handedly, but
we're still bitching.
We're still bitching about it, but we're trying to do something about it.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring live music and underground artists the attention they deserve.
Yeah. And and going back to say not a lot of us that do this, we don't have a lot of viewers, and because the attention span of people are so short now, you know what I'm saying? But the important thing is that we're bringing content. Mm-hmm. That's one thing that me and the homies from Suga already know what we're talking about is that, with my podcast, I've been blessed to have almost close to 7,000 people tune in. How the fuck that happened, I have no idea. But shout out to everyone that did that. But you know what I'm saying? But he was like, I don't care about the views. You know what I'm saying? It's about creating content, which is true because.
I did look him up. 6,099.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, right. But you know what I'm saying? But it's about creating the content, man. You know what I mean? If you're more strictly about doing a podcast or a vlog, you care about views, I don't think you're gonna get the views. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you care more about that, I don't think your content is gonna be as creative as you think it's gonna be.
Well, that's why we don't format ours. We don't structure it too much. We like going off the cuff as much as possible.
Yeah.
He wants to be a little bit more structured, but we're like, fuck you, dude. We
still have no idea what the fuck we're doing.
We don't. We're doing off the cuff.
We didn't know anything. I didn't know much about podcasting before I got into it. I didn't even know what a podcast was.
I listened to a bunch of different podcasts.
I only knew one podcast. And that was it. And when I got into this, I'm like, oh crap.
I listened to a bunch of them, but I don't want to be like them because they're structured or we have notes here. We have to fucking ask these questions. Nah, fuck that shit.
Shoot from the hip.
Fuck that shit. We forget something. Part 2 coming up.
Let's go ahead and check out a little bit of their content, and we'll be right back.
Leave me alone.
Shit, should I tell them my story?
Oh shit.
Yeah, tell them your story. Do it.
I was working on my car the other day, and I was all fucking dirty, dude.
Yeah.
I was sanding it. I was just dirty. And there's a Mexican restaurant off of Alondra and Lakewood that so I went in there, and the lady's like, no, you can't come in.
Oh, really?
I'm like what? And she goes, you can't use the bathroom. You have to buy something.
They thought you were a bum.
Yeah, she thought I was fucking homeless, dude.
With that fucking big ass beard and shit, dude.
Oh, dude, it was all dusty, dude. I had fucking grease on my head and everything. And I'm like, I got offended. And I go, no, that's funny, dude. I was fucking laughing the whole time.
What'd you tell him?
I go, no, I'm not. I'm just working. I go, I'm going to pay for my food. I came in that truck and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Shit, I would ask for a free.
Now, I got a free Corona.
Really?
Did you put it in a paper bag?
And drink it outside?
It was a Corona, dig. You don't put paper.
Now will you go back? Hobo joke, will you go back?
Yeah, I went back 2 days later. But clean this time.
Right? He went up. He came back dressed like the fucking Monopoly guy and shit with a fucking top hat and a little fucking ascot.
Well, you probably pull it off. That's probably the only time I didn't tip well. Nah. You gotta go piss again, Dick?
Facial AIDS. The AIDS-related earwax. That's what it is, dude.
You jumped in the conversation. But as you guys can tell, man, the way that the podcast is formatted, it's very structured. You know what I'm saying? These guys got a good set of content coming their way, man, and they've been doing it for a cool minute. You guys are on 56 episodes. My episode was 56 now, right? 56, yeah. That's crazy. Have you guys thought about, when you guys did the podcast, you guys think you'd be ahead this far right now, episodes?
It's hard to say for me, man. I really don't know. I'm gonna do it regardless.
I didn't even think we were gonna get this far. I mean, I knew we were gonna get this far, but as far as we got with everybody else and the influence we had, I mean, I'm humbled by it.
It's a blessing that I'm meeting all these new artists. You know, that's I think that's the biggest reward for me is meeting all these new artists that I've never heard of. You know, it's like I never thought we were actually gonna be playing a podcast. I mean, we actually had a live band playing.
Yeah,
right here. You know, so
we had Dub 8 in here.
We played right here in this room. So that's a blessing, man, to see that in front of us, like right in. You know, they debut music. Sometimes we debut music for artists.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, you know, this is pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, see, for me, we had two bands. We had Nema, who I don't want to say they were giving up, but they were on the downslope. And then after the podcast, they gave him a little rejuvenance, and he started doing it again.
Isn't that a blessing?
Yeah,
I've noticed that. So
after that one, I'm like, all right, we gotta keep fucking going. And then Numerous, same thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying we're kickstarting, but they give them a little boost.
Yeah, it gives them a little back oomph in their step.
Yeah, exactly. And that to me, that speaks millions. You know, that does something for us.
Yeah, and it's crazy too is that some of the artists that I had on my show, I seen from where they're at before they got on my show to where they're at now, and it gave them like a little bit of that big oomph. Like you can see them kind of rising. You know what I mean?
There's confidence.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's dope. You know what I mean? Just like how we're talking about Misfit earlier. Like I seen him from the beginning. I mean, after he left Crux and after he went through his little trials and tribulations and stuff, but to get back passionate in the music to where he's at now, like son of a bitch, man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You're a little small part of that, and it makes a big difference.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And he even used one of our episodes and shit for some of his tracks and shit.
Oh yeah,
the fire track.
Oh shit,
that's our podcast in the beginning and shit.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, so that was actually pretty dope. You know what I mean? For you guys' platform, man, like the way we did it recording it first. Podbean, how'd that get introduced?
I was just looking through the different ones, and Podbean, I don't want to say the other ones, but Podbean kind of stood out for me for what we want to do. It introduced us to all the different Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. It does it all for us. iHeartRadio all of a sudden. We had to kind of work a few things for that, but it worked out for us.
Yeah.
There's 4 or 5 different platforms I would love to go on, but the price is kind of limited. We're not making money. This is,
right. Yeah.
We're fucking bleeding money, you know.
Yeah,
it's a labor of love.
Yeah. But I told you, dog loves me, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's that cat throwing that pussy on you, man.
No, but that's dope because I've been looking into. I think I don't know who I was talking to, but I was asking about Podbean and one of you guys like shot me the information about it.
Yeah.
And because that's where I kind of want to take like our podcast in a sense, well, you know, what I'm saying, into that direction because. Now, I mean, now when people come out, albums are like streaming on all platforms.
Yeah.
That's just, it's a thing now. It's crazy. And it's dope too is that now as us self-independent people doing what we're doing to love, we can actually put content out that fucking goes everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And you want that, hey Alexa, play ENT radio.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
You know, that should be your goal right there.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it'll be happening.
Well, the other thing with Podbean too is that we're heard all over the world. I mean, what was the last count?
26 countries.
Not more than that now.
More than in Portugal.
No shit.
Portugal, Spain, and fucking county jail.
Yeah, LA County.
He's the most handsome person in India right now.
Yeah, he got a nickname.
That's a blessing, man. Don't ever think like, hey, like I want to start a podcast, but I don't think it's gonna travel. You may never know, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like how I started mine, I never knew it was gonna blow up. I mean, it's died down. But from where it started, you know what I mean? Especially with these guys, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that they didn't think it was going to take off as far as it's gone.
Russia.
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
that's the crazy part about it, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to look up the country. I think it was like 37.
Yeah, last thing I remember, we Russia, I think Argentina.
Ecuador, I know for sure.
Ecuador. Yeah,
that's
so
dope, man.
I never thought somebody was going
the
to hear
most
my
beautiful
voice.
person in India, right here.
I never thought I was going to be heard. I never thought I was going to be heard anywhere out of LA, man.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
I didn't think anybody was going to fucking hear it, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
When we started, the next week we got all those comments and
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, see, it humbled us, man. We never expected this. You know, we just talking, like I said earlier when I introduced, we just talk shit about music and look at us. We're like being heard in Argentina.
That's fine.
30.
Japan.
30. Not counting the YouTube. So
that's dope. That's the hella dope though.
When you're being heard in Ukraine, you know you made it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're also heard in LA County Jail.
Shout out to everyone in the top ramen.
Top ramen. There it is. Top ramen.
And security deposits.
There it is.
Deposit box.
Deposit box.
gotta hear the episode. You know what we're talking
Now, for what advice can you give future podcasters if they want to start up a podcast?
Stay in school.
Eat your
Wheaties.
Wheaties.
Eat your Wheaties.
Eat your top ramen.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it's be yourself. Because you hear a lot of these ones that sound real forced, and it's not that. It's good. It's not. I'm not saying it's bad content, but it sounds forced. It sounds like you're bullshitting. You're full of shit.
No.
And when you just flow, you make the mistakes. Learn to make mistakes. Learn from your mistakes, and just keep fucking going.
Just be punk rock about it. Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
If you want to do something, just do it yourself.
Yeah, and I think
It's
that's
all
the
about
best
DIY.
part. Yeah, I think that's the best part of it being unscripted.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't follow the script. Do your shit freestyle.
Yeah. There's people who want to model themselves after others, and it's like, nah, it's already done.
Yeah.
Be your fucking self, dude. You don't want to be a Howard Stern, and it's already been done. Yeah. Be you. Yeah. Be Boggle. Be Chris.
Because you could only be you, and you could be the best you.
Yeah.
Why try to be somebody else?
Yeah. Find that best trait about you and fucking exploit it.
Yeah. Very true. Very true, and that's a good thing to put out to all your entrepreneurs, man, that want to create a podcast, because I ran into guys at the Common Ground that, I think it was the Common Ground, or I forget somewhere else, that they want to do podcasts, man, and they asked me for advice, and I just told them like the same thing. Be yourself, be humble, don't worry about how many views you're going to get, unless that's what you want to do. I mean, if you do that, pay your promotion then on Instagram, wherever the fuck it's got to be at. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't do it for the money.
Yeah. A lot of people tell me I should start charging, but I came up with my price packages and motherfuckers don't want to fuck with me. So I just keep doing what you're doing just because you love it. You know what I mean? Even if you want to eat off it one day, I mean that's my goal. I mean, hopefully by the blessing of God, maybe I might come across something and get signed, or whoever the fuck knows. You know what I'm saying? Us including. You know what I'm saying? Who wouldn't want to fucking eat off of fucking what they love doing?
Oh, yeah, love top ramen, man.
Yeah, top ramen and burritos. You know what I mean? So,
but you're never gonna find out till you actually do it.
Exactly.
So you could just use a recording app on your phone and go from there and start. And if you got something, build up from it. Real simple.
We're all about quality, and we don't half-ass anything here. But that's us.
Yeah.
You know. Thank you, Jake.
Motherfucker said you half-assed. You have no ass.
I got no ass. I got no ass to half-ass. That's what I'm saying.
He shaves it, remember?
Yeah, I shave what little ass I have. But it doesn't have to be that way for everybody. I mean, all you gotta do is just record it. Yeah. You know, just record it. Just keep putting it out. I mean, the shittiest recordings are the funniest podcast. Mm-hmm. You know, so it doesn't. It's all about you. If you guys, if you feel like you have something in you and you want to say something, it could be a podcast about weddings.
Yeah.
You know,
they're out there.
Pretty cool.
And if you're like me that don't know shit about it, just ask the right questions.
Yeah.
You'll find out.
Yeah.
You get the
interview the right
funniest,
people.
you get the craziest answers too.
Yeah.
You get
I totally agree, man. I totally agree.
I mean, I never expected you to talk about top ramen.
I know, right?
What the hell happened there?
Right? Yeah, I really don't know how we took directions in that either.
No, I think I'm gonna go home and make one.
I think I am too, man.
And I told myself when I got out,
check out this burrito.
and I was never gonna eat top ramen again. Past, I think, a couple months now, we've been eating top ramen just because for the fuck of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
pretty good stuff.
Okay, since we're talking about top ramen, we're on the subject of top ramen. Since when did Oriental flavor turn into soy sauce? Because it's the same freaking flavor.
Thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Google this shit, man.
I think Oriental's a little racist.
Yeah.
I think Chris needs to start his own podcast about top ramen and prison burritos.
Yeah,
prison lockers.
Yeah.
It almost looks like metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. And then for guys to get on your shows, man, how would they be able to get on?
Hit us up on Instagram.
Hit us up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram's your best platform to take.
Yeah, 'cause we all see it.
Yeah.
We all see it, and for those of you that haven't heard from us, we will get back to you. We're just doing it one by one.
Yeah, it's a hard process trying to get all of us together
and
do podcasts and then work out with your schedule.
Because we want to give you the best podcast possible, the highest quality podcast possible, and get the best out of you.
Yeah.
And if we can't do it soon, we're going to get to it.
Mm-hmm. So all you guys too that I got coming up soon, same thing. I'm going to get to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just me. These guys got an army. You know what I'm saying?
We're not trying. Even with an army, it's a bitch.
Yeah.
recording.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so
How much time do I have left?
okay, a little technical error. So yeah, just go ahead and hit them on Instagram to get involved or to get booked, you know what I mean? And we do have a lengthy schedule, especially I know these guys do as well. Anything we got looking forward to coming soon? Other than the network, any launch date for the network in mind yet, or still
End of the year, we're looking at, yeah.
End of this year?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're looking at end of the year, and hopefully everything goes smooth. Yes.
Sweet, man. Well, I appreciate you guys having me on your show, and I appreciate you guys
Thank
coming
you,
on
man.
my show.
Thank you.
Thank you, congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Your daughter. Your
What do you name, Mark, or what's it?
Morty.
Morty. Mark and Mindy.
Yeah. For you guys social media links and how can they find you guys?
At La Clika Podcast.
Yeah, La Clika Podcast.
Recording now. So everything you can follow them on the Clika Podcast. You know what I mean? Go ahead and fuck with these guys, man. Tune into their show. And yeah, man, we appreciate you guys coming on, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Hopefully we link it up
Ask
soon.
me what my mission is, I'm trying to change life. You know, yeah, I'm trying to change life. Yeah, I'm real anal with folks in my bubble. Ain't trying to live a life of crime, that's why I'm in a struggle. Too many thoughts that I define, my conscience sounding muffled. Try to team up with my girl and really be a couple. Levitate this weight, focus on the hustle. Been a sinner that probably a crush your windpipe. Life is a death row, metal hammer barrels that ignite. Aim is immaculate, disaster hit, my flow is accurate. Speaking it from the soul, but I need a nigga to master it. I never been a type with people trying to blind the youth. Expose the truth, I need some remedies so I could grow my roots. Don't know what's real or if I'm promised to an afterlife. I'm hoping God don't judge me for the shit I did when I was strife. Don't got patience to wait in the lobby unless it's filled with fine bitches shaking ass up in Abu Dhabi. Burn money like the fuel I burn at Kawasaki's. Fat nigga like my pussy seasoned teriyaki. Don't fuck with bitches that be wishy-washy. Jason Mass, I'm sliding off like it's field hockey. Nobody love you when you hit the bottom. They watch you burn and die like leaves in the autumn. Keep hope alive, hope alive, hope alive, no lie. Like what I'm doing in this world, really bother why try? Yeah. If you ask me what my mission is, I'm trying to change life.